So then we are going to take a look at other basic settings in Word. Let's go to Insert in the upper panel. There we have pages. If we want to have another page, we can add it here. If we want to make a page break, for example, if you have another chapter and you want to start the next chapter from another page, it's advisable to do it from here with page break without the extra empty spaces. So now if we check here, we don't have like a lot of empty spaces, so it's more like cleaner the text is, I mean. Okay, let's take that back and go back to insert. We can add pictures from here, from your laptop, from your desktop. You can choose photo with a photo browser. And actually, with your assignment one, you need to have at least one photo. So let's do it here. I'm going to go to photo browser and then actually not photo browser, picture from file, and then I can choose my photo that I downloaded from Unsplash. I put the link down below this video. So I have my photo that matches the theme of my article, and I will put insert, and now I will have my picture here. So now one really nice tool is that if I want to crop my image a little bit, I will just select crop I will go to the right here and then crop, and then I can crop it a little bit, and I will press enter from my keyboard. Another important thing is this one, wrap text in the middle. How do I want my image to be with the text? Now it's in line with text, so there is text above it and below it. If I want to have a tide layout, if I make this a little bit smaller, the photo will repel the text, but it will be like next to the text. So if I want to make the space between the text and the image a little bit larger, I will go to image wrap and then more layout options. So now I can make the distance from text a little bit larger, for example, this is quite large actually, but just as an example. This was left to like this. Well, it doesn't really show it well. Maybe we can make it a little bit smaller so we can see the distance between the text and the image. But yeah, so there are other options as well, as we can put it behind the text, which is not advisable in most cases. Maybe if you have like a background picture, for example, if you have a front page or something like that, it could be useful, but in other cases not that much. Another thing is like if it's on top, it doesn't show the text, so well, you get the point. So your assignment one should have at least one photo, and you can decide what you want to do with it, if it's a large one or a small one. Also, okay, so another thing, now we are in the insert insert a panel. We have other options like textbooks, which is beneficial in the assignment too, but you have a video that explains more about textbooks then. We also have a page number. So if you want to add page numbers, you can decide where you want it to be. For example, if you want it to be on the right side, center, and so on. And if you have let's say a novel, and you have extra pages in the beginning of the novel, traditionally the numbering starts when the story starts. So you can decide where you want the numbering to begin. So if you want it to begin, for example, from the page 5, you can set it to that. And now you could have like more pages in the front. Okay, and then we have so many things here, but we are not going to go too much into them. Okay, so let's continue. Draw section is not really useful. You can try it, but like it's not that special. In design, you have different themes that you can choose if you want to have a ready-made theme. You can see more like colors and backgrounds and stuff like that. In the layout, then we have a lot more things that are important. Margins. In your assignment 1, I wanted you to have custom margins, so you can fix them from here. So go to margins and then custom. You can also choose some of these in your later projects. Orientation is whether you want your text to be in portrait mode or landscape. I can choose to change it whenever I want. Size is the page size. In your later assignment 2, you have US letter, which can be found from the size. Also columns, if you want your text to be in 2 columns, you can easily change it from here. This is actually pretty awful combination, this blue and this brownish text, but I'm just gonna leave it to that at this point. I briefly mentioned breaks, so page break, let's put this to 2 columns. Page break is if you want your text to continue from a new page. Column break is that if I want, for example, this text to continue from another column, or maybe let's say this this title is going to jump to the next column, I can use column break like this. Here we have hibernation. With this text, it doesn't really show the hibernation. It has short words and doesn't really apparently need it. But if I show you an example of a Finnish text, so if I put hibernation to automatic here, it changes the hibernation here. So this is really simple. If you don't want it to hibernate, you can choose none, and if you want it to hibernate, choose automatic. Then let's go to references. So in the later part, I'm going to show you how table of contents work in another video, so let's not go into that just yet. Footnotes are important to know when you are writing anything academic, so if you want footnotes, let's actually put this to 1 column again, and go to references, and in your assignment 1, you need to have some footnotes. Maybe you don't have them in your text, but you can just make something up. So, for example, there's studies 10 days spent away from friends and family. Okay, so let's put a footnote there. So I'm just going to put my cursor in like on the end of family, then put insert footnote, and then this line appears. So I'm just gonna put like family is important, like that. So you can create a couple of like made up footnotes. Deleting them is easy. You can just go to the part when there is the footnote and then delete it, and it will automatically delete the footnote. Okay, that's that. And then let's go to mailings is not that important. Review. This is important. So if you want to change the language settings, you need to choose it from here. It has automatically recognized that is English. So if you don't have it, make sure that you have a right language there. You can also check it from the panel here next to the words. And then grammar and spelling. You can check if there's any mistakes by clicking that. Those are the most important things in Microsoft Word. And now you should do your own version of the text that you choose with some images, page numbering, and other things that are mentioned in the assignment 1. I will make another video for table of contents, so you can create it when you have saved your file without it first. We are doing a version with and without the table of contents because we are going to use the same text in InDesign later. So we are going to make the table of contents there, so it's easier to have a version without the table of contents in Word as well. So that's why you need to save once before you do your table of contents in Word.